Hi, my name's Chris Santoro, lead engineer at Soundtoys, and I'd like to show you SuperPlate, a plugin that captures the entire history of electromechanical plate reverbs. Let's push beyond what physical plates can do. We developed a decay knob that goes beyond 5 seconds, which is the upper limit of most physical plate reverbs, and goes all the way up to infinity. Given that this is something we designed to be played into, one problem with infinite decay is the more you play into it, the more the reverb will build up. So we developed another feature called Auto-Decay, which will automatically turn the decay time down to a setting that you choose while you play into it. And when you stop playing into it, it'll go back to the long or possibly infinite decay, and you can get some really fun sounds out of this. So the Auto-Decay settings can be found in the tweak menu. How I like to set it up is setting my threshold just high enough so that I know I'm triggering it. I like to start with my target setting, which is the setting that the reverb will duck to when you're playing into it. I like to start around 8 seconds. If you set it lower, it's going to cut harder. If you set it higher, it's going to cut less hard. This is something you kind of have to dial in according to your source. And then the recovery time, I usually like to set as fast as possible so that there's no drop in the reverb volume between when you stop playing and the reverb continuing on. So I'd like to set that kind of fast. That's another thing you have to adjust based on the transient characteristics of what you're playing. We're going to turn our decay all the way up to infinity here. And the plate style I have here is the E-Plate 3. And let's just see what a regular infinite decay sounds like. That sounds cool, but it's pretty inharmonic. All right, let's try engaging auto-decay. We're going to turn the threshold down so that auto-decay will engage. And we're going to set our target decay really low so it cuts really hard. This is going to be drastic. That's cool, but we don't want to hear that drop out. So I'll turn my target decay up so that it doesn't cut as hard and the transition between chords is a little bit more seamless. That's better, and you can hear how it's less inharmonic. You can also continue to play into this and know it's not going to blow up. And you can hear the previous chord kind of gets drained out of the reverb, and that's the difference between auto-decay and traditional output ducking, is if you play inharmonic chords, the old stuff is going to die out. We also have an EQ that you can use to EQ the sound to your liking, whether you want to do something that's a dramatic effect, or maybe just take some low end out. Let's just bathe in that for a minute. When you have a nice drone going, this is a good time to play with the width. We have stereo controls in the tweak menu also. You can hear that drop into the center. There's also a balance control so you can pan your reverb left to right. The stereo controls in the tweak menu are actually a true stereo pan. So if you have a very wide sound and you adjust the balance left and right, it's going to shift your stereo field like this or like this. But if you bring the width all the way in and pan, then you're going to get more of a traditional pan. One of my favorite tricks, once I get a nice drone going, is to bring another plugin to affect the drone. And a really nice plugin for that is Tremolator, where you can chop up the drone or just add a pulsating character to it. So let's go back and let's get another nice Auto-Decay inspired drone happening. Now let's bring in Tremolator. I like to dial the depth back. And you can go from even just like a little bit, takes it from static to this really undulating, nice sound. Then you can chop up the rhythms here. Thanks for watching. We're really proud of how this plugin came out. We put a ton of work into it. We hope that you picked up something today that you can make part of your creative process. Enjoy.